Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Claire with Clairvoyant Psychic Medium here today, and I am so extremely excited to introduce to you two of my most, I don't have words, greatest friends, best friends that I don't ever get to connect to, and we're now getting to connect and bring you guys a fun little new show.
I did. Yes.
Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you guys want to bring to the show first, and we'll kind of go into that, and we'll do introductions, and we'll kind of go from there.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, we definitely want to bring our experience. We're kind of new into all of the things that are witchery, per se. It's been a couple of years, but we're excited to be here, and we want to bring a fresh viewpoint and what our kind of experience has been and some different experiences. So yeah. What about you?
I came into it late, I feel like maybe earlier than some people, but I was in a low, right? And I found witchery in a very odd way, I feel like, because you worked at a hospice care company with her, and she told me about Reiki for the first time. I'd never heard that word, and I was like, what is this? But it ended up changing my life. Like, I don't know if I've ever told you that, Claire, but I think like you changed my life. Yeah.
I know for sure I told you that. I'm not trying to flex on you at all. Just last week, actually, I think I just told him like it literally changed. Like, and I remember I totally got into this specifically because of Claire. It was, she brought, I think it was for, I want to say an eclipse, I believe. No.
The summer solstice. No, winter
solstice. There we go. And you had brought in some crystals, and you just asked us to, feel the, put our hands over and feel for one we liked. And I remember literally feeling the energy radiate off of this one particular crystal. And I wish I could remember what crystal it was today, but that was what sparked my interest in, that was the first thing. And then Reiki, and then it was and then zodiac signs and astrology, and it's a domino effect from there.
Astrology really is, I think that's where my big point is in the witchcraft world. Like, I just love astrology. Like, that's a real indicator of pretty much everything true about a person.
Yeah.
Like, good and bad, all of it.
It's just never not true. Like, even today we were talking about a friend, and I'm like, they have to have Capricorn somewhere in their signs. Like, even though it's not their sun sign. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm like, I know their birthday. I'm like, I can at least look up their moon sign. And sure enough, it was Capricorn. I'm like, boom, got it. Like, it's never not accurate. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
So this show will be pretty astrology based because we all kind of talk astrology. Mm-hmm. But another thing to kind of say is that we're leaning on the name of the Witch's Tea for this show. So you're going to start to see that on my podcast. And again, that is available on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and Google. All the things.
We should absolutely get like the tea set. Like, we have this amazing actual
yeah, you do. You've sent me a picture.
Yeah, like we should. It's got little.
Yeah, that should be the thing sitting in front of you. And you guys should really have tea. Let's do it. We'll make it like a whole thing.
Why didn't? Yes.
Okay, next time.
To go to the farmer's market and get like specialty. So that's always nice.
Oh my God, I just recently bought all these like herbs so I can do specialty, because I'm like, I bought, what is it? It's something that's not normal. Hang on for a second. It's going to drive me nuts. But I know I did buy lemongrass.
Ooh, I love lemongrass.
But this
lemons have never not made me happy.
Oh no.
Speaking
of buying things, look at this. Today we were out shopping, and I got the teeny tiniest little jar of peridot.
I just bought some too. It was in a jar like this too. Yeah, weird. I love peridot.
Fun.
It was actually one of those random ones that I had none of. I'm like, I was just thinking about it, and then they had this teeny little jar. I'm like, perfect. There we go. That's the other thing. I always I'm super big right now on synchronicities. Like, I find that I think about something, and then it's like the next day it appears. I'm like, well, gotta do it. Oh no. Let's.
Okay, you're good.
Uh-oh. All right.
We'll call you. Okay. So before we get too far off, but I do, to say what you said about synchronicities, it's because it's Aries season and everything is very sped up. So the synchronicities are way faster. So I totally agree with you on it. But it's so much more fun. I like Aries energy. But
guys, I have never not had fun during an Aries season in my entire life. There are
last
bad things
year,
that happen. Like there are bad things that happen during that time, but I never don't feel like a boss bitch.
It's that fire sign energy.
God,
Like,
it gives me life.
that confidence. It's confidence.
Yes.
But
I
it's a
could
little
shoot
false
anyone's
confidence. Because when we get into Taurus season, then we're kind of like, oh, I signed up for a little too much.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into introductions. So first, Ashley, why don't you go ahead and go first and kind of talk about like how many years you've been into this? You kind of already said like what you're a little bit more into, but go into that and then just tell us a little bit about you and your big three and all that.
Okay. So I got into witchcraft probably around 23 and I'm 26 soon. Not yet. I forgot. So leads me into my big three, which is I'm a Taurus sun and a Scorpio rising and a Taurus moon. So that's an interesting freaking thing. Lazy at heart, very stubborn. The universe has to push me into change. I never just decide I'll be doing that. The universe takes my hands away because I don't know how to say no. And my Scorpio really just makes me question people. Like I walk into a room, I'm pretty quiet. People always think I'm real quiet at first, but that's just Scorpio watching. She watches. She's a hawk, and she evaluates every single piece, like every little minute thing, and decides on first contact whether she likes you or not. But then Taurus heart is like, but everyone's good and they have a chance and we should love each other, but also stay out of my space. But I love you. So it's a fun time.
for sure.
Yeah.
What else are you into? What are you doing with your life right now?
So I'm currently a full-time student and I work as a receptionist at a chiropractic office full-time. It honestly is a lot of fun, not gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna be actually graduating in September with my accounting degree.
Yeah.
So big changes are coming my way. And for the first time in my life, I'm actually able to start planning to buy a house. Like it's actually a feasible idea. Yeah. So Aries season is really making me live it right now. She's got a dream. She has a dream. It's fun stuff. And what else am I into? I mean,
show your little your kitty deck there.
Okay, so I got for Christmas, maybe the Christmas before this one, a little, it was this last one. Okay, this cat tarot deck. And
as my
hello,
cat.
It is the synchronicities for me. Thank you.
Oh, Magenta missed you guys.
Well, Gen Z for you.
Magenta.
Oh, guys, you know what? I love Magenta.
She's perfect.
She is the best little baby face kitty you've ever seen. She's full grown, looks like a tiny little kitten still. Okay, so I have with me, my mom got this for me. She's so supportive. She's fantastic.
Oh, I know that deck. I love it.
It's a little cat tarot deck. And honestly, I have like 5 other decks at this point. I connect so much to this simple little deck. You never know what's going to get you. You have no idea what you're going to connect with, and you'll know when you connect with it. And it should be pretty quick. If you're not connecting to your tarot deck, get another one. Just add to the collection, friends. It's good. Good for your heart.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually,
maybe that's the more Taurus in me that's like, treat yourself, girl. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, but also the heart of that Scorpio in you of like, this is my precious,
Yeah, that's real.
Okay. Anything else? Let's see. What else? You guys live in, where you guys are at now?
We are in North Carolina right now. So we originally met in Kansas when we were 17, I believe.
Yep.
And we kind of never left each other since then. Platonically, might I add, to quite everybody else's confusion, quite platonically. But so we met in Kansas, and then we moved up to North Carolina when I was with my ex-husband. He was stationed out here for the Marine Corps. And we briefly left when we went to Nebraska, and that's when we met you. And so if anything about Nebraska was good, it was that for sure.
Yeah.
So we came out to Nebraska for a couple of years, but then had to make our way back out to the ocean. And honestly, we love it out here. It
was for the best. I remember one of my very first Reiki sessions, Claire told me, she was like, you know what? I see you. I see the future for you. You're standing like by a beautiful beach with this amazing person. And I was like, done, sold. I thought it was California for a hot second. I never moved there.
I remember that.
But it worked out. And I've always loved the East Coast. This is home for me.
I didn't know she predicted that for you too.
What?
Yeah, she did the same for me at one of our first readings. She went, she checked my future and she was like, oh yeah. She's like, I see you by the ocean again.
I'm screaming. That's amazing.
And I don't remember any of it.
You see so many people. There's no way.
You have to just like
sort it out.
Poop it out. Poop it out.
There's no way I could hold on to any of that.
No. Delete.
Okay, Alex, you go. Oh wait, Ashley, what were you gonna say? Pause 1 second. Ashley, what were you gonna say?
Okay, I was gonna say something. I wanted to touch on this for a second. So maybe we can get into it a little bit more after Alex does her introduction. But I think it's important to note with how you were describing our relationship. We definitely view each other as soulmates. I get that that's confusing for some people because they're like, oh, so you're dating. We are not a lesbian couple, actually. Fun fact. We are just best friends who know that we have been sisters in other lives. We were close in either the most previous life or in multiple other lives.
She's also been helping me with my child, which I mean, for that.
I've been here for 5 years. I mean, yeah.
Did you guys ever watch the show Broad City yet?
No. Yes, we have. We watched episodes, not a lot of it, but Broad City, the one, the curly-haired girl, the two out in
the Aries, by the way, and then the other girl is an Aquarius.
In Nature's pocket.
I hated it.
I was just gonna compare you guys, like that's your guys' relationship.
I don't know why I rejected it. I was like, I don't know. I didn't like the humor in it, but I like their dynamic. Their dynamic is very much like us.
Yes.
No, I think it's amazing, and you're probably one of, like, if I could say something, it's like squad goals. Like I wish that I had that like closeness of, it's like ride or die, really. Like you guys are family at this point, completely.
It's something that I honestly feel thankful for every single day. At some point every day, I think to myself, I'm like, God, I live with my absolute best friend. Like I live with my sister. I found her. I did it. I asked my mom for years, every birthday and every Christmas, she would ask me what I want. And I would say, I want this, a car, and a sister. Every single year I asked for a sister. I never got one. And then I found her and I locked in. That was it.
Oh,
that's beautiful. Okay, Alex, tell us about you.
All right. Well, I'm Alex. Let's see. I was born and raised in Kansas. Very conservative, which is why I feel like I was sort of late to coming around to this. It's very much, cowboy boots and Jesus down there, which no judgment, but just, didn't really connect to that. So it was really kind of astounding to me when I met you, and I really felt like I really actually connected to something. Let's see, I've got a 5-year-old. Her name is Charlotte. She's great. We're right now, like I said, in North Carolina, and I work my Mongol jobs. I deliver pizzas on the side, which is not glamorous, but the tips are nice. And then I work at a float spa down by the ocean, and that's amazing. I totally recommend anyone who's dealing with stress or anxiety or muscle aches, especially like things like fibromyalgia or disorders like that. It can be truly, truly amazing and so relaxing. I try to get Ashley in as much as she can. So that's great. And then I just started doing tarot readings for people sort of professionally. You can actually follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I've got a page. It's at Mom with the Mermaid Tattoo. There's periods in between each of the words. But yeah, go like me on there if you want to. I definitely love crystals. Like that was the first thing that got my attention. It started with one. I got my first one. I was at a museum with my daughter. They've got like the little mining sets. You can get the bag and like shake it out. And I got that, and that was right after we moved here. Actually, it was 2018, and I started out with just basically like a clear quartz point and some rough jasper, things like that. And now I've got, oh God, so many. It's ridiculous. I have a tote that I carry with me that once was pretty light, but is now just getting heavier and heavier and heavier as I drag it along everywhere. So I do the crystals, astrology, like we talked about, tarot. Obviously, I've been getting into that. I've got, oh goodness, 4 or 5 decks, I think, at this point, like you said. I mean, you can never have too many. It's great. Actually, this one's not mine, but I just think it's the prettiest. I actually got this from our boyfriend for Christmas, this black and gold of the original deck.
Wow.
It's gorge. We make him give us reads off that all the time. So just so we can look at it because it's pretty.
Yeah.
So, but it's great too, actually. Like that's something like it's been fun as we've been getting into it, how it's sort of naturally spread. Like, my boyfriend didn't really know much about it, before we met. And now like he's got, obviously his own deck and is getting into it. And it's great.
He's a baby witch.
Yes.
We love it. We love it.
So yeah, that's me, I believe. I think that's, my big 3. I'm a Sag Sun, which is immediately muted by my Virgo moon. And then I am a Gemini rising. So that's a fun little trifecta there. And just for fun side note, my daughter is a Pisces. So she's a fun little addition to the squad.
Yep.
Fun little weirdo.
Yep. She's been a blast. She has so many worlds. I can't even keep up with her brain. It's so fast. She is married to Sonic the Hedgehog. She is Elsa, basically.
Yep.
She has an imaginary invisible friend named Amy.
Oh, but you want to know what's been interesting?
Yep, I'm getting, yeah,
okay.
Go, say it. Go ahead, say it.
So lately, she's been talking about, she'll say before when I was an adult, and then she'll start talking about how she was in a band, like, and then, but she
had pink hair.
Yep. And I swear to you, this child is talking about a past life where she must have been a groupie, like, or some sort of rocket, like.
Guys, even since she was real young, when she first started talking and making full sentences, she would say, I thought she was saying it backwards. She was like, when I was older. And I was like, no, when you get older. And she's like, no, when I was older. And I'm like, was is the past, when you were younger or when you get older. I tried to explain it to her, and she understands that sentence structure now. And she still says it, when I was an adult, when I was older. And I'm like,
wow.
She's talking about past lives, and we've been trying to shut it down. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. This is the exact moment that Claire was telling us, that kids get shut down from it all the time. And that's why adults aren't more witchy. Like kids are witchy. Yeah. She's witchy.
I'm excited. I've been asking her, I'll be like, all right, what else? She keeps talking. One of the things she says, she's like, yeah. She's like, me and my honeys were in a band.
Oh, wow.
What the crazy thing with that specifically is there is nowhere else the phrase like me and my honeys, like,
yeah,
who says that at this point? Like,
who said that?
No one, none of us have said that, surely.
I feel like that's kind of like 80s, like.
Wait, can we Google a band called the Honeys and figure out if they were like a real thing, and figure out who your daughter was the last life?
We've
Hang
got
on, I'm doing it.
To like connect to,
You know what? We
at
could. But if it's the same soul, can we connect to her past life that way?
Sure, you can. What do you do about with past lives, Claire?
Hang on, I'm Googling the honeys really quick.
We're having our sound guy do it.
So it looks like a 50s band or something. A 60s. It's a 60s girl group.
A girls group from the 60s?
Yeah.
Tell me more. Okay, we've got a phone.
What?
Give me here.
Is no one else shitting their pants right now? Do any of them have like red
What?
hair?
The honeys
Yes,
from
one of them
America,
has red hair.
Los Angeles, they're like,
One of them has red hair?
their cousin Ginger Blake. The group were a kind of female counterpart to the Beach Boys. Oh my God, I need to know more. I need to know.
Oh my God.
Members, Marilyn, let's click on this.
Oh, this is fun.
Is she alive still? Okay, she's still alive. Okay, so it can't be her. Right? Born. Okay, yeah.
You know, Charlotte could be using her imagination on the haircut. I don't know. I don't want to shut anything down.
Ginger Blake.
So there also is another one that has honeys with like a Z too.
Was that a girl band?
It's an R&B group. 1998 to 2000.
Are they all alive?
Born.
And this is good research, guys.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do if we find out that a
I
5-year-old?
know. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come back to this. Let's be honest, because we're gonna get a lot of weird dead air time right now. So let's pause this and look it up later. But it is really fun.
So next time we check in with you, we'll tell you about the research we've collected on Charlotte's past life.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Come to episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, I guess I'll say something like just me, you guys, most of the people that are watching this show know about my story and whatever, but I'm in Nebraska. I have been doing this for 11 years now, like in the whole witchiness. And I have way too many tarot cards, way too many crystals, and I just got a giant haul again. Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh my God, it's bad. I did really way too many. And then let's see here. What was I gonna say? Oh, I want to talk about like how we met. So,
Yes.
let's see. I remember the night that I met you guys.
Both of us?
I was booby sitting.
That's
right. Oh, you're totally right.
I do remember that.
Oh,
For
wow.
the devil herself.
So, fun story. We will probably reference this often because it is a person. But there is a person, I don't care, I can say her name, I'm not gonna say her last name, but it's Melanie. She's the one that brought us all together, but she is also toxic, and I don't have any problem saying that to her face. That's just the way it is, and I'll take all the own for that. So we all worked at, oh no, actually you didn't.
I did not, no.
Yeah,
But I
volunteered.
But I did volunteer, and I lived among a home with 2 other people who worked there. They were very close to Melanie. So I mean, I was around, okay? I was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Endless Journey was the name of the company that brought us all together, and it's a company, it's fine, everything is okay. It just didn't work out for us. And did you get fired, Alex?
No.
Oh, well, I got fired. I feel like everybody else got fired. I'm happy that you didn't. But yeah, that's how we kind of met, and I did Reiki on you girls sometimes. Sometimes I had you as my test dummies, didn't I?
Yes. Actually, I talk about one session that I had with the student particularly, because that was the session that I first saw my spirit guide.
Who do you remember who the teacher was? Or who the Reiki person was?
I don't know.
I think I was there for that session though.
Why do I want to say like Stephanie?
describe if you can remember anything?
I want to say she was kind of, this doesn't help. Like she was
She
kind
was
of,
Meredith. For some reason, right when you did that, I like saw her face. She was like a little short, like very
brown
loud.
hair.
Mm.
That's all I can remember. I don't remember her that. I'm so sorry. I do not remember her that much. I remember that session vividly, though. I remember that she put her hand over my forehead, and that was the first time. Something you guys should know about me. When I'm a little inconvenienced, I do my best, like, not to say anything. So I'm like, well, just it'll be over in a moment. Just like let it happen, whatever. Like that's just my personality. So if I felt a little uncomfortable because someone was touching me, I would be like, well, it'll stop in a moment. Her hand felt so heavy on my forehead that I was like, you have to move your hand. I'm sorry. Like I was like, I don't know what happened. I need to pause for a second. She was doing third eye and I felt like she was pushing down on my head. And that was just like the way our energy was like interacting. I know that before you've said that I zap you on the hand when you go to my crown because I think too much.
Yeah, wow, I forgot about that.
So that was the same session that I saw my spirit guide for the first time, and very Sam Elliott looking man. I was in awe. I was like, yes, I got a strong man helping out. He looks like a man of principle, like a man of hard work. My kind of man, you know what I mean? Like,
and he was your guide that kind of like is your businessy kind of person, right? I do remember him.
He gets shit done. He's not the guy that you go and have a party like with and hopefully don't die at the end of it. That's someone else. But anyway.
I have a guide who I lovingly refer to as Raul until I'm informed otherwise. But I firmly believe he's a Scorpio and he's basically just fed up with my shit. So he likes to give me warnings when I've fucked something up and need to go catch it. Basically. He's like, hey bitch. He's like, God damn it. I have to do everything around here. Would you pay attention, please?
You know what's really funny, and I don't know, I'm sure you guys have noticed this, but like the fact that Alex, you're all muted, and then Ashley, you're all fixed. Like yep. You guys literally puzzle piece each other to be like, oh, this is what I need. Like, and Alex has fire, and you like, it's just weird to me.
You have
water.
We didn't plan this on purpose, but literally we fit each other perfectly. She's wearing black and I'm wearing white. I mean, just yin and yang over here. There's yin and yang behind you. Oh my goodness. All I'm saying is that we didn't plan these synchronicities, people. I love it.
But yeah, so okay, what else could we, let me see here. We have probably about 10-ish minutes, maybe. I didn't time when we start. Oh wait, I can look at the voice recorder.
You're totally good.
Oh my god, it's only been 28 minutes.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Guys, time flies.
I know.
I was talking about when we met at Endless Journey at the company, and one of the things I remember was actually a Reiki session with one of your students, and it was because I did not get fired, but I did decide to leave almost specifically after that session with one of your students. Because I remember going into that session and my energy was so disrupted that my body was literally shaking through the entire session, and I kept apologizing, and I'm like, I am so sorry that my body and energy is doing weird things physically right now. I am so very upset.
That was a crazy.
Yeah, that was a really weird one.
Oh God, it was awful.
There was so much to that too. There was things that like Melanie didn't even cause. Like there was just other shit too. Like that was just, it was not great. Hi, welcome back. That was a rude interruption, but hey. She just climbed on your shoulder too.
Oh,
she's so little.
Yeah, no, I think we'll probably be talking about tons of stuff of past times and whatever. But I think it would be cool to do the flashcards right now. Yeah, let's do that. So Alex, tell us what we're going to be doing.
So actually, we mentioned Charlotte earlier, my little babes, and she was asking me the other day, she's like, I want to learn witchy stuff, literally what she said. So I'm like, all right, start with the basics. So I made her these flashcards with all the zodiac signs, just so she could start learning, what they are. And we've been going through them, and I figured we could just go through each of the signs and kind of describe what we feel like are the main qualities of the signs, and people that we see on day to day. So I think we'll start. Well, this is the first one that's up. Well, I guess we'll start with me. I've got Sagittarius. So,
I'll go first. Okay, so I will say that the best qualities, let's probably make sure that we do a good quality and a bad quality.
Pros and cons, fair.
So the best qualities of Sagittarius that I have found is that they are always like kind of like up for positivity, like fun, and like can be the like life of the party if they are okay enough to be the life of the party. If they're not like an emotional train wreck at the
right. I feel like Saggies have a level of like general optimism to them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would say that the most negative, and this is gonna maybe offend you, but I don't mean it to be you, because I don't think that this is you at all. Okay. Like you guys have a tendency at times when you go to talk about certain aspects of whatever, that you come off really pretentious douchebaggy.
That is fair. That's fair.
And I've never had that really happen with you. It's usually male.
I will say, no, she's got
okay, well then
that's what, like, honestly, there's some things, like, trust me, if you go deep into the birth chart, it would make sense. But like on the surface level, like Sag is not really her until you get like deep into a Sag. Like she's got the Sag elements, but like the big notable ones, the usual ones you'd see, she really doesn't have those.
I'm a weird little Saggy.
It's that weird.
What are your Sag pros and cons? Start with the cons. Let's start with bad first, just so I can for our own personal side. For our own personal side, so we can end on a positive note.
Sages are the squirrel sign of all the elements. They are like, I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. And you know what? They're also those fucking ADD people who will flip a whole house because I'm going to vacuum underneath the couch. But wait, I found something to fix. I'm going to run to the hardware store. Meanwhile, all the furniture in the house, it looks like someone robbed the place, just flipped every piece of furniture because they had another idea. And that is where you are, my true Sag. Yes. That's it, friend. She's got so many ideas and she can't finish one because she has another good idea. But you get a lot of really good shit done. You know what I mean? Like,
I hope so.
Once the project gets finished, we're all like, wow, look at this amazing thing. We haven't even built the chicken coop yet. Guess who's talking about a goat?
Oh, yeah.
That's you.
I would love a goat.
Oh my God, so great.
Honestly, they're cute. I wouldn't be mad.
Well, what's your pro?
Well, my pro is honestly, I don't mean to piggyback, but it really has to be every Sag I've ever met. I collect Sagittariuses. They're my things. I don't know. All my really good friends, Sages or Aries, I like those fires. But there's balls of sunshine. That's what I gotta say about Sages. They are little balls of sunshine. They're who you take on a road trip. Okay. Those are the people, they are ride or dies. Like, call them at 2 a.m. Where are we going? I'm up. Where's my truck? Let's go. Like, that's a Sag.
Yeah.
It's just a Sag.
I think that would be my general pros and cons with the Sag. The big ones would be that we're definitely adventurers, I think is the pros. We're down to adventure. Yeah. The con being that there's sort of an impulse control issue with that. And also a hold my beer element to all things involved. Which is sometimes great and fun, but then sometimes, we land on our face. But I think that's kind of actually the fun thing about a Sag is we're willing to pop back up after all. Well, that fucking hurt. Let's do it again. Like, so.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move on next. Ooh, this is a fun one. Gemini. Fun fact for everybody who could be watching this is that all three of us have Gemini mothers.
We sure do. And guess what? Sound man Dan, his mother is also a Gemini.
Oh my
True
goodness.
story.
Wow.
They are, ooh, let's see here. Well, Geminis, I'm gonna say their big con is they can come off very two-faced, very fickle sometimes. But I'm gonna piggyback that with that their pro being that it's not necessarily always that they're two-faced, but really I feel like they're very good at reading a room and being sort of, I feel like they're nature's empath, kind of is how I view a Gemini. They're very good at
Moldable.
sort of, I feel like, connecting and trying to understand both sides of things, seeing both sides of the story. And so in that way, that's great, but it, can at sometimes, if it's not, kept in check or whatnot, can come across as very fickle. So
Two-faced.
yep.
Yeah.
So was that your pro and your
All I
con
did is-
together?
Is that way?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
yeah. They're my pro being they're very good at being, I think, empathetic and understanding, I think, sometimes to everybody. They try to be for the most part.
Yeah. You go next, me go next.
You go next.
Fantastic. I will definitely say that Geminis, they're good adventurers too. Because while I agree with everything that you said, instead of just repeating it, like to add to a different good thing, they are all of a sudden they're like, bags packed, maybe no bags packed. We're on the road. We're going down. Like they really are like, just, I have a whole new plan. Let's move. They're those kinds, they just get up one day and just do something crazy. But on the offhand, the Geminis also do that in a bad way. They are real bad at inconveniencing people with their shit. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Amen. That is a perfect way to say that.
Like Geminis,
I've never heard that on like an astrology thing or anything, but that is such a true statement. The Geminis inconvenience others with their shit.
Gemini, Soundman Dan's mom is a Gemini. Your mom is a Gemini. I'm telling you, every Gemini mother I've ever met, and truthfully, I've never met a Gemini man. I heard it's crazy. So all the Geminis I know are mothers, and just inconvenience you in a way where they spin it and they're like, but this was for you. I'm like, I didn't ask for this though. I didn't want this. If you had asked me, I would have picked a simpler solution. Just a hot pocket will do, mother. I didn't need a 7-course meal. Referencing your
That's Gemini. Sometimes I feel like wake up and decide to make it everybody else's problem.
Yep. Okay,
like
that's better. That's better. Yeah.
Okay. I just imagine I go back to love you, mom. Big hearts, Nana. Just like once, I feel like every 6 months, you'd wake up on a Saturday morning and decide that the house needed to be cleaned, and goddamn it, everybody was going to clean, and it was everybody's problem. Yep. Ooh boy. And it was just when Geminis are upset, that's the other thing is you guys, big hearts, you're passive aggressive little fucks. Like, and when you blow up, that's when you make it everybody else's problem.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to bash Geminis.
No,
they're
big
fantastic.
Hearts.
My mother is the most giving person. She is so
Gemini.
kind. My mother, I just spoke with her. I was on the phone with her directly before this Zoom meeting, actually. And she's a fantastic woman. She gets shit done. You don't tell my mom anything. And you know what? She'll smile in your face and then get you fired, and you'll thank her afterwards, because that's what Geminis do. That's that fucking shit they got. It is a curse and a blessing, and they need to be careful with their power. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Gemini is powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate a Gemini.
Yeah.
They are powerful.
They're good at listening. I'll give them that. I feel like.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. I'm gonna be real with you.
They're all different people. They can be muted, right? They
Right,
can
yeah.
they can be more effed up. Soundman Dan said no, not his mom, not a listener.
All right.
No, no,
Well,
because
see,
they
my
are
mom-
listening to respond. They are listening to respond and talk about themselves. Like,
Yep.
There
okay,
it is.
There it is.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But
um,
honestly, I have to say, I do that too. Like when people will tell me a story about themselves, instead of me just being like, wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you, or like responding in a way like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, the same thing happened to me last week. And I don't mean to turn the attention off of people. That's me relating to you, saying, oh my goodness, I understand what that feels like.
Mhm.
I did, like,
yeah,
gotta understand. It's a good and a bad.
it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think I would say that I 100. Okay, so first of all, my Chiron is in Gemini. Chiron is an asteroid that it identifies your pain. So just Geminis in general are painful to me. And like just their existence. And I have a problem with just their shit showiness of their like their messiness, where like I can think of a time where Alex, your mom was just like,
Oh my God.
you know, like, and then like same with
Love her.
every Gemini that I no, oh my God, I love Maria so much. Sorry, I'm saying names, but like it's, but just this like random like mess that they fall into, and it's so gross and so messy, and it's like, get your shit together, oh my God, you know, like that kind of a feel. But that's my main thing is I can't stand the shit showiness. That's my con. So my pro, oh fuck, I have to really think about this one. I would have to say the ride or die thing too. I kind of want to piggyback off that because like one of my best friends, Miss Jameson, I love her so much. When we were close, when we did hang out, it would always be like, hey, I want to go do this, and no matter what, I would have somebody to go with me, you know.
Yeah.
And that even if I like just needed to go grocery shopping or like just go to Taco Bell or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
I will
I'll go.
When I was about 19, 20, I was living out in town on my own, and my mom would call me and be like, hey, I'm just coming into town to go grocery shopping. Like, do you mind if I just come pick you up and you just come with me? And I was like, yeah. Like my mom and I would go hang out. Like she would just pick me up, like, and we would just go like grocery shopping together. She'd drop me off at home, and then she'd go take her groceries home. Like,
my mom would come in, pick Seth and I up. Seth is my brother. Like one day randomly out of the school year, every year, and take us to the amusement park, like instead of going to school. Like it was great.
I actually was at work the other day and I was talking about Geminis. I was talking about my mom specifically, and I was like, my mom was crazy. I'm like, my mom would pick us up. I remember it happened a couple times, especially when we were in elementary school, and she would take us to like, she would usually do something educational, but she would take us to like museums or like an art park or things like that. Like one time she took us to Nashville, but we learned about like Music City. It was educational,
Yeah.
but it maybe wasn't necessary.
Maria's about funnel cake and roller coasters, baby.
Oh yeah, that was still fun. That was way better. But my mom would definitely pull us out of school randomly and be like, Mom, why? She's like, I just felt like it. No other reason. She just felt like it.
I did not, my mom does not fit that category. She's not that kind of Gemini. My sister is. I see her do those things, and that's fine. But like, no, didn't have that experience. She was a workaholic. She's got the Aries moon, Leo rising.
I've got to figure out my mom's whole birth chart. I need to know. I got to know.
I feel like coming off of you noting that sometimes they're in a mess, like one of the things with a Gemini, I feel like they have the ability to do, which is sometimes a blessing, but also a curse. And I feel like a curse to the rest of us is that bounce back, because they have an ability to bounce back.
I feel like it takes forever.
Sometimes that's the thing is it does take forever, but
It
when they
depends on
do,
who they're doing it
it's
with.
such a drastic like bloop, and then you're like, wait, what the fuck happened? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine. Like,
Or they'll just like fall off the face of the earth and be like, oh, did you delete your Facebook? Did you delete like, oh, you're just not communicating now? You just ghosted. Like they do that too. They are so unpredictable. That messiness drives me crazy. I'm fixed. I need.
Like I said, they wake up one day and just choose chaos. Like that's a Gemini for sure. That does not fit my Taurus heart. That's way too much movement. That's too much movement.
Yeah.
Slow the down. Slow down.
Okay, we need a new one because we've been on that forever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll try to be better. Pisces.
Pisces. I'll go first. And
Okay.
we are at about 45, guys, so we might not go through all the signs. So
We
can do this last one and that'd be the quarter. You want to go in quarters?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Make it
Okay. Pisces, my most favoritist part about a Pisces is the excitement that they have with love. It is the most beautifulest, purest, like childlike, just oh, I just love it. Like I was with my friend Chris all like the past couple days, and just like her love for crystals that she would see, like she would be like, oh my God. Oh my God. I just love this so much. It's so beautiful. Like just that. I fucking love that. It just like it's the missing like heart that I don't have because I'm an Aquarius. Pisces is the last one. They're my missing element, you know? And that's my most favorite part about them. But the part that I don't like is they're manipulative and crazy. Oh my God.
Oh, frozen topic. Okay. So I'll go, I guess.
Okay.
So I love that Pisces is an artist, honestly. They're just little artists. They are creative. They draw, they sing, they dance, they create. They create beauty and again love. They are just little tiny fairy dancers, mermaids, you know, fun imaginative stuff like that. But they're little crybabies.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And then
I love you guys so much. I need you to suck it up and fucking move on. All right? You got this? Put your big girl panties on, get out the door, and make that shit happen. You are strong. You are capable. You know you can do this. You don't need anyone else's validation. Just go out and do it. Got it.
all right.
What I got.
So I think for me, like Pisces, I imagine them, they're sort of like nature's unicorn. I saw somewhere that they're that's their spirit animal. I totally agree. They've got a little bit of this to me, an element. They're so imaginative. I feel like they've got, you know, a little bit of a freak streak to them. I mean, they'll, you know, rock a rainbow mohawk or whatever. I mean, it's great. They're so kind of like what you said, artistic and imaginative and
Expressive.
Yes, expressive.
You'll know how they feel. They'll tell you.
Yep. That being my con, y'all are just, I mean, God bless you. It's just, you're so emotional. It's just the waterworks. It's just the tears. That's how I imagine Pisces sometimes. It's kind of, guess you said crybaby, which again, love you. We have our most favorite person on this planet is a Pisces, you guys. We love her. She's great. And she is what you said when you're like, oh, this rock, I love it. That is Charlotte with everything. Oh, this person, I've met you. I love you. Yeah, I mean, this
no sense of fucking nothing. No stranger danger.
Love.
Just loves everybody, but is drawn to the toxicity by nature.
Oh,
that little girl's gonna get her heart broken someday, and honestly, she's gonna struggle because she's a Pisces with all that
attachment
sadness,
issues.
all
Pisces.
that sadness. She's gonna get hurt.
Okay, it's gonna make her develop more flair, more artisticness, more yeah.
I would say, but that's when that stuff really kicks in, right? You get a trauma that happens in your life emotionally or physically or both. And
let's try not to traumatize the child.
I'm not trying to, but somebody at some point will. whether it be a boyfriend, I don't know, girlfriend, who knows? A they, I don't know.
I feel like Pisces are very, well, I was gonna say unjudgmental. I'm just thinking of Charlotte. She loves everybody. So I'm gonna backtrack because I can think of a judgmental Pisces or two. But who knows?
They can be a little judgmental, but I think in general, like,
they're caring. I feel like,
yeah, they really are caretakers. They are
The ones they love. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all out of love. I think that some Pisces can be easily manipulated also into just believing that they're being taken care of, and then end up like not using their potential. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm getting lost, I think, in that sentence. But I think that they've got a tendency of that, just being so in love with the idea of being in love that they'll allow anyone to love them and continue loving them. That was
yes. The red flags is the typical Pisces. Like I've seen memes and all kinds of stuff where it's like they're in a room of red flags and they're just like, but the sex is great, you know, like.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Pisces like that. They are in this on and off relationship, and they'll bring their significant other to this party, and they'll get into a fist fight in the driveway, and then we'll see them 2 days later. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Pisces are the most likely to, like, the only time I've ever called the cops on anybody was two Pisces, different males, like, to end the relationship, had to get the cops involved. Like, they're the crazies out there, I think.
Cancers, we'll touch on cancers next week, but that's every person I've ever dated has been a Cancer. So
me, I have always had, it's a Cancer Taurus. They're both things. Cho is a Taurus rising, Cancer moon. Yep.
Oh, fun.
It's just everybody I've ever dated always has Cancer and Taurus in there. That's weird. It's weird how we have like total, what is that word? Why isn't it wanting to come out? Taste?
Yes.
Like, yeah, I guess.
I don't. All of mine are fire signs. I flew around from a Leo to an Aries to a Sagittarius. I did throw a tiny Virgo in the mix. It wasn't long. It wasn't right. He didn't like cheese. Okay. There were many other There were many other things wrong, but he didn't like cheese, guys, and I was out. I'm out. I had to make shepherd's pie different for him. I was like, no, I can't live like this. I won't live like this, is what I said. I chose better for myself.
So because you're such a fixed energy, though, Ash, like you have to kind of Taurus, try it out to see if you like it. So you're kind of like tasting the zodiac wheel to see which ones stick right now.
That's kind of, you're absolutely right. That's what I do. And here's the thing. I always get worried that I stay too long because I know my Taurus roots they get comfortable and they're like, just keep trying, just keep doing the same thing, just keep trying it. And then after a while, I have to be like, nope, it's not working. So that's why my relationships are usually about 3 to 6 months. Because right in that, I'm like, it's either there or it's not. At the 3-month mark means like, okay, you know, I can get along with you long enough for this. At the 6-month mark is when I pretty much always know if there's like something big where I'm like, all right, we got to jump ship here. Like, this is it. I'm done.
Get or get off the pot moment.
Right. Like that 6-month mark is really where I start, like it tanks for them. If you make it past a 9-month mark, baby, you might be in business, okay? Like,
we getting married.
It's been a hot minute. I've only been in one relationship that was at least a year long. That one was a year and a half. Everything else has been 6 months or less, approximately, right? Because this last one was technically 7.
Don't waste your time. Why?
But like, honestly, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
don't waste it.
Well, guys, this was so much fun, and I love this.
I want to do this again tomorrow, but we'll have to wait for next week, I guess.
Next Friday.
But yeah, so if we want to check our show out, it's just going to be on, like I said, Clairvoyant Podcast across everything, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and Google. I will have all of those links in my link tree, and I'm sure we're going to be sharing this, maybe, I don't know, whatever, everywhere. But yeah, make sure to check us all out, and thank you guys again, and love it.